where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta.
Okay, what part of Atlanta?
I come from the south side.
All right. And what was it like growing up on the south side?
I mean, we grew up all over the place. It wasn't just like one place in Atlanta. My dad had us all over the place, you know. Because he always had us hustling at a young age, but like typical people, what they go through.
When you say hustling, like, what do you mean like hustling?
Like, my dad always been the type that, like, a go-getter, go get money. He never would have wanted to, like, work jobs. And he had us at a young age out. Like, we had our own chess team, so we were out getting our own money. So he was teaching us at a young age.
Oh, wow. Oh, so he's, like, always been, like, an entrepreneur.
Yeah. And that's where I get my role from, of taking my own route.
Dang, that's crazy. Wait, so was, like, his father an entrepreneur? Does that, like, run in your family?
Yeah, my granddad actually owned his own bar.
Ah,
yeah.
I see.
But yeah, and he was also in the Army. He was a veteran.
And so what did your mother do?
My mother, she never worked, but she was intelligent. She actually had a scholarship to go over to China and teach. But she didn't take it because she had us. It was a lot of us.
At what point did you start making music?
I ain't gonna lie, I started very young. I was 14 with actually my sister's boyfriend that was making music. And I knew I always wanted to do it. So I took the initiative to take the opportunity when my sister was going with him to end up making music because he had his own studio and he ended up giving it to me one day. And that's how I ended up making music. I was 14 at the time though.
Wow. And what was the name of your first song?
Actually, I like the Lil Wayne and Drake, so I can't remember, but I remember my very first song was actually him, Will, by the way, and my father was on the song. That was my first song, like, ever.
Oh, your dad raps?
Yeah, my dad, he a poet.
What?
Yeah, my dad, he write a lot, but he didn't follow through with it. So now I'm left to finish that.
What was your original rap name?
Lowkeey.
Oh, so you always been Lowkeey?
Yeah, I actually got the name at 13 because Free OG Round, he the one that gave me the name because I was a quiet boy. I ain't speak much. So that's how I got the name, Lowkeey.
Oh, okay. So that's basically like your nickname.
Yeah, and it just turned into a rap name. That's how I just went.
All right. And so after you made your first song at 14, what happened with your rap career? Like, what did you do? Did you get signed or what happened?
No, I actually stopped, and then I ended up going back to it once me and my homeboy, it was actually my homeboy, Mo. He was making music, and that what inspired me to get back into it. I used to just go to the studio, and then rap used to just sit there. Then I ended up going one day, and that's how I ended up getting back into it.
And did you like face any challenges after you came back from like that little break, or?
I mean, I'm still facing challenges, but yeah, it was a lot of challenges.
Like, what's been the most challenging part about it?
Finding the right record label that's really there for you, that's not trying to play you. Or I think you don't know the business side of the game.
Have you run into like any of those type of like shady deals?
Yeah, I ran into a lot of them. Actually, I ran into one I'd say about 2 weeks ago. Actually, Motown, they went in there. Whatever deal they had in Atlanta, but Atlanta and Motown deal with the same. It's like they both were talking to each other, but it was the same type of deal. But I'm really trying to stay independent, but at the same time, you know, that's a lot of work. But I'm willing to sign long as they talking the right numbers and I can keep my creative activity towards my music.
And so, like, how much would an independent artist have to like put up themselves in order to have a successful career?
I mean, it's more so you can put all the money in it, but you don't got the brain cells to do what the record labels do. Then it's a waste because there's a lot of artists out here go make music, go to the studio, make videos, and they don't get nowhere. It's all about marketing, budgeting, promoting, and having a good network system, and that's how you would get somewhere. You don't have to be the best artist. You just gotta have a strong team.
And so how do you build your team now as like an independent artist?
It's mostly my family, mostly people that's deep into music. Like one of them was my brother, my younger brother. He my cameraman, and he also the person that let me know like you should drop this, you shouldn't drop this. And then I also got my own stylist, and my girl, she helped me style my clothes too at the same time. And it's really an inside job, mostly family, ain't no outside people. And my agency, Michael, Moon Landing Club, my agency, they came in and helped me a lot to get me exposure, get me out there in blogs. So yeah, it's all about having the right people, I can say.
So how does your family feel about your career at this point?
I mean, they know it's gonna go somewhere, but at the same time, it's still like, you know, they got their doubts in life. Like, it's still hard to believe, but at the same time, they can see you putting in the work and they see the progress. So it's like, eventually they gonna go full-fledged, full throttle like I am.
Yeah. So earlier you mentioned that your father was a poet. Have you always just rapped, or have you tried poetry as well?
Actually, I used to write poems in the room a lot when I was young, because I used to always be off to myself. I was a quiet one out in the family. So I used to just write a lot, and that's how it started. And then at first, because I was shy, and then going back to what I said, my sister's boyfriend, once he came over with the studio and actually let me do it, that's when I fell in love with it.
Okay. Do you have any old poems that you could spit for us?
No, I wish I could remember. Actually, the computer that I had so many songs, when he gave it to me, I wrote so many songs, did so many songs that the computer ended up crashing on me because I made so much music. And I never got it fixed. So I don't remember with none of that.
What's been the highlight of your rap career so far?
I'd say more so on a level like my agency coming in telling me like, you more so on the level as it being an artist and an actor. Like when they came at me and say, we want to make you another DMX or 50 Cent or Nas or Jay-Z, that made me look at myself deeper than most artists, like stuck in one genre. They trying to make me go commercial. That's what I'm on.
I feel that. And so how did you get interested in acting?
Actually, I wasn't into it until I locked in with my agency, and then he like, the demeanor you got, you can be multiple characters, and that's how I started. Then he tried me out. First, I ended up in Lecrae video. He put me in Lecrae video as a robber, and we went for that.
Well, your first role was a robber?
Yeah, breaking into an ATM. And then it went from there, and I ended up playing in the Mob movie. The remake of The Joker, I'm in that coming up right now. And you can also see me in the new movie, Am I Afraid? I'm gonna be in that in a starting role too.
Okay. And so if you had to choose, would you choose acting or music?
Music.
Really?
Yes, I do music even without the money because I just love it.
But acting, there has to be like a check attached to it.
Yeah, more so on because it come with a whole different level. Like you got to get into that character. So it's a lot. Yeah, I would want to check for that.
So in addition to rapping and acting, are there any other like business ventures or art ventures that you're interested in right now?
I ain't gonna lie, like I always wanted to own my own art gallery, and that's something that when music take me to the next level, I want to invest into art.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made you interested in like paintings and just art in general?
I actually got an uncle named Keith, and he the best drawer I ever seen on this planet. So it's like the recognition he need, he don't deserve or he don't get. So I want to get in a position to give that to him.
I feel that. So I got a question. Today, do you feel like artists can make it without necessarily having a gimmick or like a specific image? Can they just make it off their talent, or do they need to have a gimmick?
Actually, I feel like they would make it farther off their authenticity. Like being as real as they can be, not trying to copy the next artist, because the world always looking for something new. So imagine if you can be yourself. That might be the next trend or the next wave versus trying to be the next artist that are already there. And he got his platform established. When you can build it on your own and be your own self, and then they're gonna make people buy into you because they're gonna be like, this is a different person.
Right. And so what's your studio process like?
When I make music, I actually, most of the time go to 4 to 6 hours, and when I go, I like to do everything on one take. I don't write. So it's like, as soon as I go in there, I hit a beat for probably 5 to 10 seconds. And I just go in the booth and just say whatever come to mind, and it be there. If I mess up, I delete the song. I don't want it, because I feel like the only way it's meant by one take. And that's how I make music.
So you gotta do it in one take?
Yeah, if it ain't one take, I don't want the song. Because
Really?
I feel like whatever God wanted me to say, he didn't want me to mess up. He wanted me to say it. So it shouldn't be pausing, going back. It should be from your soul or from your heart, and that's what I do.
Dang, that's real, bro. I never heard nothing like that. That's hard. But wait, so you spoke about God. Like, do you have like an intimate relationship with God, or?
Yeah, it's actually, my culture is Ifa, and I actually grew up as a Nuwapian, but
Okay.
I got my own way of life, which is Ifa. That's my culture. I give thanks to my ancestors, the ones that was here before me.
Okay. And Ifa, that's sort of like it stems from like a West African tradition, right?
Yes, it's more so of learning your roots, learning you, and getting one with the Most High, and learning your destiny and reaching your full potential without going through immature death.
And so is your entire family Ifa?
No, actually, majority of my family is Nuwapians, but me and my brother, we venture off into Ifa. It's like the skeleton of Nuwapu.
Okay. I've heard of Ifa, but I've never heard of Nuwapian. Can you explain it for the audience?
Yeah, so Nuwapians, we actually come out of Eatonton, Georgia. Well, really we came from upstate, Brooklyn, New York, but we came down here to Eatonton, Georgia. Our master teacher, Dr. York. Free him, by the way. It's a lot to talk on that. That's a whole nother topic, but Nuwapu is the truth and the facts of everything of this planet, of this world. And everything that's talk about aliens, to the truth, to the lies, to religion, all stem from Nuwapu, the truth, where they get their information from.
And so how do you feel about politics, or how does like your religion play into?
Yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, Michael tried to tell me, don't get too much into politics, but I try to tell him, I like to speak my mind, but he said, I don't want you to end up like Ye. So I understood where he coming from, like, don't say too much, because I know you're an outspoken person. So I know to back away from that. I'm not too much into politics.
Okay, yeah, me either, bro. I'm not really into it, but I do like to hear like alternative perspectives. And so, like, what's your ultimate aspiration with the music? Like, where do you see it going?
I wanna go find organic, authentic art, like a whole new wave, a whole new sound of music. I don't want this fake, watered down, all this killing. I want the real deal that's actually talking about life. Want to bring hip hop back again. I want more Nas, more Kanye's, more Jay-Z's. That's what we need, and that's the level I'm more so on.
You know, that's interesting because we have a lot of like Gen Z guests.
Yeah.
And they say that they're not on the bars anymore. How do you feel about that? Like, do you feel like lyricism still exists, or is it more so about like the feeling?
Yeah, it's exists, but it's more so like now most of the young youth found a tone. It's more so on a tone. If you can put the lyrics with a tone, you got them. Because it's like the beat already got you, make you want to move. So if you can't add the lyrics and then have a certain tone behind it, you got your audience.
And that has to do with like the vibrations, basically.
Yeah, it's all about the vibrations.
So do you feel like it's missing something when it doesn't have that message, or can the tone actually be the message?
Yeah, because it's more so now we get a lot of music that's not authentic, because most of the labels now, they're not trying to push that. They're more so of pushing watered down music that's like messing up our youth, and the killing and going to jail a lot. There's no more healing in the music, which is like a lot of artists don't know that Jimi Hendrix music heal a lot of people. Like his guitar can heal you. If you listen to it and like you sick or hurting, he will heal you through his music. Same with Michael Jackson, he can touch people. That's real music. Prince, James Brown, that's real music. That's what we need to get back to.
Okay. If you could perform anywhere in the world, in any country, where would you perform?
I would want to perform over in Nigeria.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you Nigerian?
No, I would want to, and I would want to give them a full like event, blast like what we see in America, but free. That's how I want it, and bring out all the biggest artists I can get.
Yeah, they're doing something like that in Ghana. Did you see that?
Oh no, I ain't see it.
I think it's like Chance the Rapper and Vic Mensa.
Oh, for real?
I don't know if it's free, but I'm trying to cover it though.
Oh, for real? Yeah, that's something to get on.
But I haven't heard of it happening in Nigeria. But why Nigeria?
Cause nobody don't never like put a spotlight on Nigeria. If so, it's more so of bad. So that's why I said Nigeria.
I understand. What artists do you listen to if you're not listening to yourself?
I mean, I'm gonna be real. I know out of everything I talk about, I'm gonna be real young boy and Nas.
Okay.
The reason I say young boy because, man, I can feel that boy pain in his music, but at the same time, it's like he don't get the recognition or the clout that he really needs. If so, it's more so on a bad level.
Okay, and why Nas?
Nas, I mean, you can't go wrong with Nas. Nas more so, when you listen to his music, he teach you a lot. You can learn a lot in his music because you can tell he read. So you can actually turn Nas on and learn some information. So that's why I said Nas.
So for someone watching this who aspires to do what you do, what word of advice would you have for them?
Don't try to make it come overnight. If you try to make it come overnight, you'll never reap the benefits you really want out of this. Because it will come fast and it will leave fast. But if you take your time, you will learn. You'll meet great people. You'll learn great things. And eventually you'll be able to be there with the legends versus coming in quick, leaving quick. And just be yourself and be honest.